How's it going, everyone? We've got some live news, some live Orthworm updates to some new information. To nobody's surprise, Smogon is continuing to ban everything, and I'm saying this, and many people are saying this. When will it end? What are we going to ban next? Breathing? I mean, it's just crazy. They've banned Shedtail, and Cyclizar has been unbanned, which is an interesting development. Shedtail's been a problem for a while now, a bit of a point of contention. Cyclizar was banned primarily because of its ability to abuse Shedtail. And, you know, there was a bit of a debate back then, like, is Shedtail itself the problem, or is it just Cyclizar's too good? But pretty much immediately after Cyclizar got banned, people started using the worm. You know, this worm. The Shedtailer. And the worm is proving to be just as good, if not having some advantages. One of those advantages is that because it's slow, it can slow pass Shedtail, which kind of guarantees that the incoming Pokemon will have the substitute still up, providing it a guaranteed free turn to set up. So something like Volcarona, free Quiver Dance. I mean, Volcarona got indirectly buffed in many ways in this gen. Last gen it received boots, so it doesn't care about rocks anymore. And now Terra is like an insane upgrade to Volcarona. Not only giving it like great defensive typing, but boosting its coverage, letting it nuke through checks, right? So Volcarona can... Like, Skeledirge is good against Volcarona, but now Volcarona can run Terra Ground, Terra Blast, or Terra Grass, plus Giga Drain to get through water types or whatever the hell. So Volcarona has received all these indirect buffs, and Shedtail just enhances it further to create pretty one-dimensional gameplay that most people are not very fond of, I imagine. I mean, I feel like Shedtail is extremely cheesy and just hyper aggro in a way that's not interesting, and it's just like, it demands a response from you in this very... this uninteractive way, and it's similar to Baton Pass, where, you know, Pokemon's got to be a game where both players have like opportunities to outplay one another. I think Shedtail takes that away a little bit by just you're passing a substitute to a guy. It's like pivoting plus giving it a free turn. It's too much, and I've thought this from the beginning, and I'm glad that it's banned. I'm glad, and I think that it wasn't just Volcarona abusing this. It was Roaring Moon as well. It was various offensive threats, and the metagame does have like 3 unaware Pokemon and Tinglu Whirlwind. Like, that's decent counterplay, but then the sweepers can all tech to beat the unaware guys. Even like Roaring Moon gets damage off Terra Flying Acro plus booster energy that can't be blocked by unaware. Tinglu can get worn down. Tinglu is weak to certain things. It's the counterplay to it is a little bit flimsy compared to how solid it is, and in some matchups it can be terrible. Like, Shedtail can suck in some matchups against, like, maybe you just can't break through their particular unaware guy, and that's not really interesting either. That's just like, okay, I lost the matchup, go next, hope for the good matchup where they can't counter me. It just becomes a matchup fish rock paper scissors game at that point, where you don't have time to outplay the enemy in a better, more interesting way. It's just like, do I get the good matchup or not? That's what it kind of was becoming, I think. So yeah, I think this is positive. I mean, some people are going to be mad at any ban whatsoever, no matter what, but I mean, I think we have the precedent of banning Baton Pass. Baton Pass was deemed uncompetitive, uninteractive, created the BP chains. There was no way for that to be balanced after a certain point. And I think Shedtail is extremely similar, even though you can't pass boost. You can pass a sub in a single turn. It's too much momentum, it's too much... it enables explosive offense in a way that is uninteractive. But now the question is, Cyclizar is OU again. Will this guy be good without Shedtail? I've been thinking about it. Like, Shedtail was the main reason to use this, right? It was the main appeal. But honestly, I think that Cyclizar might be alright. It has really, really amazing support move pool. We have knockoff, rapid spin, U-turn. You could run an assault vest on this, a little bit like Tangrowth back in Gen 7 or something, or you know, like an assault vest user with a great utility attacks, and then you can just run a coverage option. What else do you get? Ice Spinner. That's nothing. I mean, I guess Draco Meteor just for big stab, Overheat for coverage hits, Corviknight, etc. And you could go Boots on it with a similar move pool. It is it's Ghost Immune. That's useful. Dragon Normal's pretty nice defensive typing. It's got good resists. It's got Ghost Immune. It can punish like a locked Dragapult, a locked Goldengo, Scarf Goldengo, Specs Dragapult locked into a Ghost move. This guy comes in for free, gets a free spin or knockoff or pivot. I feel like an Assault Vest set, you just literally invest in bulk. Maybe you creep for something, I don't know. There's probably a good speed benchmark you go for. You dump the rest, and then... like, regen's broken. It never really seemed like this guy would be any good without Shedtail, but I could see it. I could see this guy having some uses. If this drops to UU, I think it would be too good for UU. I think this would be too powerful in UU. UU kind of, it lacks these, this is just a lot of utility and a lot of, I mean, maybe not. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm saying. But it'll be interesting if this Pokemon ends up being good without Shedtail. I've always thought like, there's not real difference if you ban Shedtail or Cyclizar, because Cyclizar without Shedtail is useless anyway. Who's going to use that? Kind of like banning Houndstone versus Last Respects. Doesn't really matter because Houndstone without Last Respects is trash. Cyclizar without Shedtail might not be total trash. Who knows? I mean, I think there's something here, potentially. Just off the back of this great utility. Like, this is a great pivot with regen. And roll compression. Good defensive profile with actual value to it. I mean, I think maybe we have something here. The meta does lack stuff like this. We've got Great Tusk dominating because it has both Knock Spin. We've got Pokemon like Rotom Wash, Corviknight as pivots. This is kind of another guy that can fill that little role. A pivot with utility moves. Nice new addition to the meta potentially. So maybe something good can come from something, well, not even something bad, but from something. Something good can emerge. All you guys complaining, we've received a new option in the metagame. Give it a go. Try out Cyclizar. I don't think that it's still Uber. It hasn't gone through yet, but it will go through soon. It'll go through eventually. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Bit of a Jimothy update. If you don't mind. If you don't mind such a thing. Thank you to the patrons. Thank you to the fans at home. Thank you to the Iron Mugulus haters. Thank you to everybody. Much appreciated. I'll see you later. Goodbye.